Burnley's adventure as a First Division club has lasted only one season, but the firm belief from within Turf Moor is that the club will be back as soon as possible. The Clarets spent all of the second part of the season fighting off relegation. At one stage in March, with excellent home form against Oldham, Luton and Port Vale, it looked as though an escape passage was being negotiated, only for the trapdoor ultimately to be slammed firmly shut. There have been highlights in the second half of the season as Burnley gave Liverpool a real run for their money in the FA Cup. Player of the Year Randall produced some sparkling form, as did star man Steve Davis. Not to mention the goals of on-loan Arsenal striker Paul Shaw, who scored in 4 consecutive Turf Moor matches. We resume our look at the season with the Christmas period and a game against Port Vale that was washed out with the rain on Boxing Day, and then an emphatic 5-0 victory against Southend United.
Away go the Clarets. No, it's a false start. Let's try that one again. And the ball played wide on this left-hand side, and it's right out of place straight away. David Eyres on that right-hand side at the moment for the Clarets, trying to find some room. Parkinson claiming that was a handball, but the referee I don't think will have any of it. As it is, it's a corner up to the Clarets. And Burnley make this one pay. Dead ball situation then with David Eyres, who hammers it across, but Alan Miller, no real problem. Burnley, of course, acquired Marlon Beresford from Sheffield Wednesday at a snip of around £100,000. And now, of course, the rest is history. His figures doubled. Oh, and the goal comes in, and that's man Hendry again. That was a shock for the Clarets. Beresford came out, but he can really take the goals, can't he? Parkinson usually switching play for Heath there. Hoyland holds it up for him again. Good ball was the cry, and this is Parkinson on an overlap again. Good cross, and again the Middlesbrough defender in the way, and that ball looked like it was, well, looking for the striker, but perhaps could have led to the first attempt on goal there.
Yeah, good ball played across from Adrian Randall, and Parkinson whipping that cross in, but again well blocked by the Middlesbrough defence.
David Eyres having to pull it back for Parkinson again. He tries an umpteenth cross. Oh, and that ball again played into that 6-yard area. Eyres eludes the player but doesn't get it round him sweetly enough. And Middlesbrough with that long ball again, but an offside decision.
That's right, it was an unfortunate incident that day. The last time Middlesbrough did win at Turf Moor was way back in the 52-53 season, when they won here by a 1-0 on August the 23rd, 1952, and the crowd that day was 27,386.
Quite a cracking crowd that day. Moore plays the ball into the far post. The header comes in, it hits the bar. My goodness me, Burnley are let off again. And that was nearly curtains for the Clarets. Moore again gets past his marker, pushes the ball in, a dangerous one, hard and low, and no takers that time. And Burnley really under the cosh at this present time. Yes, battle and be patient. Fourth corner to the Clarets, over to the far post, looking for Jamie Hoyland perhaps, but Randall's there. Harper, Davis. a shot from him perhaps, and it took a wicked deflection. I think that's going to be a corner to the Clarets, and that ball looked like it could have been on target. Hyland again, strange ball from the former Sheffield United player. Fleming just puts it back towards the Middlesbrough players, but Burnley picked the ball up again with Steve Davis. Harper brought down perhaps, yeah. And Brian Robson, well, reaction from him is rather bad. What's he saying to the referee? The referee will have something to say to him, no doubt.
Brian Robson not very happy. It looked like he'd connected with the ball at first, but was a crunching tackle.
Parkinson trying to switch the play a bit, but gives the ball away to Cox. This is Moore. Another late challenge. And probably a word for Wayne Dow from the referee, Mr. Wright, perhaps. Another booking. Just a caution.
Yeah, I don't think you can have any complaints about that. I think it's just a yellow card. Is it a red one? Looks like he may have. It looks like Wayne Down may have been sent off there. Looks as though he's making his way to the tunnel. It was a rash challenge, but I think very harsh if that's a red card. And yet, unfortunate, Burnley down to 10 men.
Unfortunately, as you say, for Wayne Dowell, it was a late challenge, but I wouldn't have thought that was that's the second Burnley player to be sent off within a week. But again, the Middlesbrough side finding the space as Burnley on the counter-attack with Heath now. Chance for him to shoot, a good effort. Oh, he smacked the... Did he smack the woodwork? But the Middlesbrough players seem to be teeing themselves up for a shot here. Moore makes a mess of it. Henry here. And that is the second goal, is it? And that is unbelievably Henry's fourth goal against Burnley. Amazing stuff. And Cox just lays it down that right-hand side. And Henry in again for the third goal, and that's his hat-trick. He's certainly awarded the man of the match, well, for a very good reason.
Yeah, capping off an excellent afternoon.
Finish, and very much deserved. He's the man of the match. Burnley crash out 3-0, and well, it's back to bounce back.
Randall, that would have been a good ball. Robinson in on the blind side of Dean Glover, but a free kick once again to the visitors.
Randall aiming to put Robinson through. There's a lot of surface water on the pitch. It's going to be treacherous conditions, and maybe we might see quite a few goals this afternoon.
We certainly hope so, as Randall picks up play for Burnley in that wet. The water splashing up around the players' feet, and it will be, as we said, difficult. The ball played in again to Burke, over to that left-hand side. It's Lee Glover, who having a bit of a tussle with Steve Davis, and Steve Davis concedes for a corner. Randall asked him to shoot on numerous occasions. He doesn't seem to oblige. Hyland, a great win with the feet there from Hyland. And McMinn, a chance for him. Can he hit the ball? Oh, a deflection and a goal. Ted McMinn, the first goal for the Clarets, and it comes early.
Yeah, terrific return back to McMinn. I'm not sure if it took a deflection, but he won't mind that. Gaps appearing in the Port Vale defence and broke through, and just a perfect start for the Burnley boys.
So the Ted McMinn will definitely claim that one. Coming in on 5 minutes. An array of Claret shirts came out to attack that ball, but it's still with the whites of Vale. And now a break on perhaps that ball. Will it stop in play for McMinn? It certainly has, and McMinn has the chance to put the ball over again. And it was a bit near the keeper, but the keeper didn't drop. Dropped it down as Robinson came in, and it wasn't a bad effort from McMinn. Beresford back to Davis as foil in there. Davis chooses the touchline, but it hasn't gone out of play yet. John Gale will try a challenge and completely miss. Van der Laan puts it again on that left-hand side. And a great effort. Oh, what a goal. What a superb goal from number 9, Martin Foyle. They don't come much better than that. Paul Musselwhite comes out to take this kick. And the man again tries to get round Winstanley. Oh, and an odd shot. Oh, and what a goal. Another one from Port Vale. From way outside the penalty area, Mark Burke has put Port Vale into the lead. Amazing stuff.
Another terrific shot, firing it into the bottom, Beresford's right-hand corner, and Burnley, after that excellent start, really got the backs against the wall now with 2 goals in about as many minutes.
Certainly right. This is Burke now for Port Vale. That's a rather a strange ball, and that's going to go back, but it's not going to go back. Now then, John Gale, can he finish? Oh, he tries to go around the defender. He did the right thing. Here's Ted McMinn to the byline. Puts the ball across. Oh, and headed wide for a corner.
Well, let's hope the match continues in the second half, but it's going to be an uphill struggle again for Burnley.
Lee Glover's shot in the end, and that could have been dangerous again.
Yeah, Port Vale obviously instructed to shoot on sight, although that's been trademarked for the past 2 or 3 years. And another good effort coming in there. Beresford doing well to smother it, but with all that going on, it looks like Wayne Dowler's taking a bad knock as well.
Yeah, Andy Jones brought into it for probably the first time in this game, the Burnley physiotherapist. And a substitution coming up, I think, for the Clarets. It looks like Jerry Harrison getting stripped off, and well, it looks like Wayne Dowell's in some trouble.
Yeah, Harrison hasn't played for quite a while. It looks very nasty injury here for Dowell. The stretcher coming on.
Way of that Bradley Sanderman. Davis got the back of his head that time, and Harrison sweeping up in the swamp. The game is abandoned. The referee said we can't go on, and we've been here all this time, and they've got to play it again sometime.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I think it's the correct decision, really. It's just become an absolute lottery. The referee's obviously given the match a few minutes to get going in the second half to see if things were going to get any better, but really he's got no choice, really. He had to call it off. Unfortunate for the travelling Port Vale fans, but I think a correct decision in the end of the day.
So it's abandoned with Port Vale with that 2-1 win, and well, not lead, I should say, and it's all to play for again, hopefully in the summery weather. The south end, and well, the visitors are defending the Beale end, which is a usual thing for the Clarets. So we play in the second half towards the Ensley stand. John Gale quickly into the action there. Andy Edwards. Steve Davis, the Burnley skipper. A good ball in for Saville. Mullen Beresford's good long kick towards the open end. Gale holds it up for Heath. Heath pushes it wide for John Deary. Always dangerous when Deary puts the ball in, and the header from Robinson, and it's wide. A cheer from the long side would suggest that may have been in. Finds Davis. Heath. Good running off the ball from Liam Robinson. Now he's asking for the ball is Gale. It's a long high ball. Gale goes up, shoots it right across, and Saville can't get a foot to it. Prods it wide with a ruck of green and black shirts in there.
Yes, I think scrambling that one to safety.
Getting a Gale up. John Deary, oh, and it's over the Beale end.
Yeah, we're just saying about Gary Parkinson, who 1994, his fortunes have definitely changed. Beginning the year, playing week in, week out in the Pontins League for Bolton. And of course, that bleak scenario changed for him when Burnley clinched that deal in that £90,000 transfer last January. Of course, the highlight for him being scoring that winning goal against Stockport.
Yeah, it certainly was, and now things can change around in football. And Heath now with an opportunity to put it over for Saville, hits it right foot and scores a goal on his dome debut. Andy Saville puts Burnley into a 1-0 lead.
Well, that's the stuff that dreams are made of, isn't it? You come and on loan for your first game, and within half an hour of the kick-off, giving Burnley a good lead. Saville finding some space, and a terrific start for the Clarets. Yeah, give Burnley that early lead, I think, on about 9 minutes, and did quite well in that match, so obviously must feel maybe a little bit aggrieved that he's been left out this afternoon.
Really, Graham Bressington nearly made a mess of that one, and he's put his full back under pressure, and consequently the goalkeeper once again puts it into the Bob Lord stand for a Burnley throw-in. They don't like too much action in their penalty area, Southend, and Adrian Heath now. Cross comes in early, and Gale with an effort. Oh, what a goal! John Gale makes it 2-0. Tremendous.
Yeah, a late Christmas present for John Gale and the Burnley fans. Terrific first-time shot. Goalkeeper rooted to the spot, and a great 2-0 lead now for the Clarets.
That was a cracker from John Gale, it must be said. Hasn't found the net too often, but it only must be said also that he hasn't played all that often. To John Gale now, he's got Seville on his left, he's got Heath on his right, he chooses Heath, he's got Davis up in attack, the ball played in, a good one, and Seville crosses it in. Oh, well played from the keeper. Davis, oh, the great save again. Tremendous stuff from both teams. Heath wide for Parkinson, he's got Harrison to his right, and he's going to, well, eventually to him. Harrison's first time ball cannons off Powell. Ball still in play, however. Heath asking for it. Robinson this time for Heath, and he'll run into the area. Left foot shot perhaps, but gives it straight back to Edwards. Hits the full-back horn. John Gale across. Oh, an own goal. Graham Bressington eventually put that ball in as Gale hammered it across.
Yeah, comedy of errors really in the Southend defence. A chance to get it away initially when Heath burst through, and then as it broke free to Gale, hammering it across the box, and Bressington unfortunately turning it into the net.
Sussex to Powell. Willis finds Sussex. Sussex gives Willis the return. Here's Phil Gridlett over to that far side. Number 7 shot, good save from Beresford.
Be interested to see if Ronnie Whelan stepping over the ball tries his luck from there. The referee making sure the Burnley wall is back, and I won't be surprised to see the former Liverpool man having a pot at goal here.
Yeah, so Southend, the free kick, dangerous one for the Clarets. And well, it's Whelan, Bressington and Powell who perhaps is going to take this one. Is it going to be Chris Powell as the wall appears? It's going to be Bressington's effort. Oh, and straight at Mullen. Beresford, he just fails to hold it off, and the ball goes in the net. Beresford had it, then lost it. And Harrison gets a third bite of the cherry, and it's a bad challenge by Jerry Harrison. And a fight and a scuffle has developed here. There was no need for any of that, but it was a bad initial challenge by Harrison.
Yeah, I think the Burnley man might be having an early bath, whether one of the Southend men could retaliate, and I think we're going to see 2 red cards here, unfortunately.
So let's see if the referee has spotted who is going into the book, or who in fact, like you say, is being given the red card.
Yeah, unfortunate clash there. There hasn't been too much malice at all in the game. It's been played in a good spirit. Harrison makes his way off, and I would expect the Southend man for retaliation is shown the card as well.
Armstrong, good ball from Armstrong. This one for Saville. He holds the ball up. Oh, he's brought him down. He was going for goal, and I don't know whether the referee will another sending off for this.
Yeah, number 6 Bressington. Good turn him inside out, Saville, and Bressington with the foul, I think, has been given another red card, unfortunately.
Who's it going to be? Steve Davis, perhaps? One wonders. A tap for Heath, left for Davis, a shot hard and low. A great goal, Steve Davis, he's good at them.
Absolutely terrific strike by the Burnley skipper. Obviously a free kick that we've seen here, that's well worked on, and a terrific strike, and the sweet as a nut into the bottom corner to give Burnley now a very comfortable 4-1 lead.
Ted's had a bit of dribbling to do this afternoon since he'd come on, but Heath trying one. Whoa! Oh, it's the bar. Robinson. The ball has still not gone in the net. It's unbelievable stuff. Seville puts it across. Powell heads it clear. Andy Seville picks the ball out for Parkinson. In for Heath. To the byline. And another one-handed save. That's the fifth. And it's Liam Robinson who caps the afternoon off for the Clarets.
I think Liam Robinson, a very relieved man. He hasn't had the best of games today for Burnley. Worked hard as always, but unfortunately not been able to get onto the score sheet until this injury time, and Burnley going nap on this New Year's Eve.
That's the final whistle. Burnley go out at 94 with a 5-1 win, Tony. Just to sum up.
Yeah, an absolute flourish to go out with the whole year with that 5-1 win. A good performance by the Clarets, just that hiccup in the second half when Southend came back into it. Unfortunate about the sendings off them. What's been an entertaining game other than that, and a very welcome 3 points and 5 goals for Jimmy Mullen and his men.
Pushing on Hoyland. So another free kick to Burnley. Cambridge a division lower than Burnley, and Burnley very much hoping that their superior football ability, or what we hope will give them a goal, and it almost came there from Liam Robinson. Good ball inside, a real chance here for Cambridge. Is that a penalty? Yes, says the referee. It was Wyn Stanley who brought Butler down. No question of a penalty, says the referee, Mr. Barry from Scunthorpe. And so Cambridge United have the opportunity to take the lead. It's Steve Butler, the man brought down, who's going to take it. So it's Butler against Beresford, and it was well taken. Beresford was close to it, but the shot had enough direction and enough power to put Cambridge United 1-0 up. Beresford guessed the right way. He'll be annoyed he didn't save that one. Good ball finding Eyres, who's got room to operate down this left-hand side. He's got Gale in the middle, McMinn outside him. Here's Eyres going forward, beats one, beats another. Is that a penalty? Has the referee given it? Yes, he has. It's a penalty won by David Eyres. He had plenty of room to operate. He beat one man, went forward, and the second took him down. There it is. No question about that being a penalty. And Eyres it is who takes it, and Eyres wraps the ball home. It's Cambridge United 1, Burnley 1. Eyres sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Beautifully struck by David Eyres. Beresford with time to pick out Gale. Glancing header on. McMinn trying to hunt in there. Ball just wouldn't fall for him. But here's Randall to pick up the pieces. Randall. Good play by Randall. Clipped in. Took a deflection. Well, that was a great save on the line. A brilliant piece of defending by Heathcote. The ball took a deflection. Here's Eyres. He's got space to move into. Heath trying to peel away in front of him. Eyres forced square, but keeping possession well. This is Parkinson. Eyres once again. Gets the ball onto his left foot. Good cross. Header in. Good goal. And the goal coming from Liam Robinson. It was a neat build-up. David Eyres was in it everywhere. Jinked the ball onto his left foot. Drifted it towards the far post. The Cambridge marking was wanting, and Liam Robinson picked his spot. Another corner for Cambridge. Again, Beresford under pressure, and that one hits the top of the bar. Gale glancing the ball on. Push back down again for Lillis on the right-hand side. He's got Butler in the middle. Crossed into the middle. Here's Butler. Headed back. It looked as though it was going towards the goal. And in the end, Burnley get it away. But a good move. Now, what can Burnley do on the counter-attack? This is Robinson trying to thread the ball through for Adrian Heath. There was too much on it. Hoyland. Gale, good control by Gale. Lovely first time ball. This is Randall on the run. Randall, great opportunity. He's taken it. Randall scores for Burnley. Adrian Randall making it 3-1. As McMinn, Winstanley, invited to go forward by Cambridge. Winstanley feeding McMinn, taking on Joseph. Can he get his cross in this time? Yes, he can. Flick on. Gale, it must be. It is. John Gale wraps it up for Burnley. No doubt about it. He knows it as well. Here's McMinn. He hasn't had too much change out of Joseph all afternoon, but he got half a yard there, flicked it on. It was Robinson at the front post, actually aiming for the goal, but the touch on was good enough to set the chance up for Gale. And John Gale makes sure now that Burnley are going through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Hunter, flick on, here's a chance, Butler. Oh, that's a good goal. No question about that from Steve Butler. It was Lillis who played the ball here over his head, looking, I think, for Butler on the run. Hunter got the flick on. Butler changed his stride. It set up for him nicely. And the referee blowing his whistle. Burnley are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. They went behind to a Steve Butler penalty. David Eyres equalised from the penalty spot. Liam Robinson getting a header just before half-time to make it 2-1. Adrian Randall making it 3-1 in the second half. John Gale getting a tap-in 4-1. Steve Butler getting something of a consolation for Cambridge United. But it was a good professional Burnley performance, and they are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup, and deservedly so.
That's a lad that put the challenge in on Chris Finicum, was it?
He must be Andy Bernal, the number 2 for Reading, Australian born, and he came to Elm Park during the summer, signed from Ipswich Town.
Oh, and a mistake from Russell, and that is a goal for Reading. The first touch from Wayne Russell, and Reading have an early lead. That is unfortunate for the Clarets. Hoyland. This is Winstanley, just a fraction too far for the big centre-back. And a ball put through which could spell danger. Here's Taylor, who's going to try a shot. Oh, what a goal! That's 2-0. And Scott Taylor makes it 2. For Reading, straight to the byline. Harper tries a challenge. Quinn lays it off. Oh, and a chance here. Oh, it's just wide. And, well, who's going to take this now? Come along now. Oh, dear. That was a slight mix-up, I feel, between David Eyres and Gary Parkinson. A ball switched right across to the left-back berth with Craig Armstrong, and, oh, dear. Oh, my goodness me. That was a let-off for Burnley, and once again we see some terrible mistakes in the Burnley defence. Parkinson, McMinn to his right-hand side, but the ball, again, it's a dangerous one, a goal! Gary Parkinson scores for the Clarets, and a right mess in the Reading defence. The Tin Man, good ball from Ted for Robinson's cross. Oh, and Gale's down, Eyres, side netting. Another good move by Burnley, Tony. Well stopped by Steve Davis. This is Jamie Hoyland now, pushing it wide for McMinn. But that ball, well, it'll stop in play. It's Robinson who's ghosted in. A cross, a good cross. Oh, and that was David Eyres, who was steaming in at the back post. Randall racing down that left-hand side, puts a good ball in. Oh, John Gale really should have scored from there. It went wide. McMinn again, Winstanley with the flick. Oh, it's at the bar. Davis, oh, the ball on the line, cleared. Goodness me. It's hard when your back's against the wall. That's the full-time whistle. Burnley take a defeat. Rather unluckily, I feel, in the second half. And, well, the next match, of course, Liverpool FA Cup round 4. We'll see you then. The final score from Turf Moor, Burnley 1, Reading 2.
Yeah, the Burnley boss Jimmy Mullen has said they're over 2 legs. Liverpool are a formidable side, but obviously we were well outplayed over those 2 legs, especially here at Turf Moor when Liverpool trounced the Clarets 4-1 in that Coca-Cola Cup match. But this afternoon it is a one-off situation. Burnley with home advantage. Hopefully the crowd will get right behind the Burnley lads from the kick-off, and you never know, we could have a cup upset on our hands.
Jimmy Mullen not looking too happy at the moment, but obviously quite excited at the thought of playing Liverpool. Robinson. Randall just managing to push the ball for David Eyres, who good first time effort and just parried over by James.
So although he has gone, it wasn't that surprising, and now it's up to Jimmy Mullen to either replace him or keep faith with the young lads that he's got at the club, such as John Mullen.
Randall gives a ball to David Eyres, bit of another shot from David Eyres, this time with his right foot, not much power in it, but the only real 2 opportunities have come for Burnley has been from that left back position. David Eyres, quite a few claret and blue shirts in that 18-yard box. Jamie Hoyland's joined in the attack. Saville and Mullen hammers the shot in hard and low, but well, straight at the keeper once again. That's 3 efforts really from David Eyres. Back to Hoyland, puts a long sweeping ball, looking again for Saville. This is Robinson, does well, gets past his marker, tries an effort again, and again it's over the top, but it's really good to see the Clarets shooting. Robinson with his first effort. Well, it's coming up to the half-hour mark, some 19 minutes gone, and it's still nil apiece here, and Robinson now pushing it forward. Randall, Mullen. This is Randall. Looking for options on that right-hand side. Parkinson having to chase that one. A good cross will do nicely, and it is a good cross, and James at the near post grabs at it or snatches at it.
Yeah, he's been bagging goals in week after week for the A team and the reserves, and obviously many people feel that the time is right for him to be given an extended run. So obviously now that's up to the Burnley boss Jimmy Mullen to do just that.
As Barnes, and an opportunity on a first shot at goal for Liverpool, and a good save from Wayne Russell, advancing out, and that will keep him on his toes. Of course, the cameras here for the all-important match of the day. Burnley very rarely seen on that programme these days. Robinson, as he brought down on the edge of the area by Phil Babb. Is that the reaction? The referee has given a booking to Phil Babb. Robinson's won a free kick in a very, very dangerous position.
Yeah, good surging run that by Robinson, and you say Babb bringing him down right in the centre of goal. So an opportunity for Burnley to perhaps create something from this free kick.
The roar from the Burnley fans as Robinson crashed down. A few yards further it may have been a penalty, but Burnley must make use of this one. Former Coventry man who committed the sin, and who's going to take it will be Steve Davis, I would presume, with the Liverpool wall. Hoyland, Parkinson and Randall. Randall scratching his head at the moment. Parkinson floats it in, it's just wide of that far post, and a good effort too from the former Bolton fullback, and again Randall showing how good he is down the left flank.
Yeah, good run by Eddie Randall, good whipped cross in early, and so Burnley can make something of this.
Flick on there from Mullen again, and James pouncing at his goal line, still coming forward. McManaman plays it up again. The shot not too good, but Wayne Russell does well. Jamie Redknapp, the man, having that attempt on goal.
Possibly had a better first half than second, but they've defended resolutely when they've had to as well.
Still time as Liverpool come forward again with McManaman, edge of the area, being crowded out once again by the Claret and Blue of Burnley. The ball played in, Russell goes up, and a great save again from Wayne Russell, the Burnley keeper. He certainly played his part this afternoon.
Yeah, great handling again by Wayne Russell. Good ball coming in, and it was vital that he got both his hands on it. But the referee blowing his whistle, and a good draw for the home side. The last Clarets victory over Swindon at Turf Moor was way back in that promotion season, 1972-73.
when Burnley won here by 2-1.
Looking at the Swindon bench there, Steve McMahon, the manager. Oh, and that was a good effort too. Again, Armstrong in on the keeper, and the ball fell in that 6-yard box. No Burnley player there, unfortunately. Hoyland. Mullen up there with Robinson. Halt. This is Davis now. Can he have a good shot and a good save from the keeper? Knew little about it, had to put his body in the way of that one. A tremendous shot from Davis.
Yeah, great effort by the skipper, certainly surprised the keeper.
Pushing down the right-hand side, given away by Hoyland that time. And Horlock with a shot, a rifling good shot that one, and Beresford just failed to hold it, and for the second attempt. No, that attack dropping again, down the plug hole. Davis tries to create something, a flick on from Mullen. Robinson just gone a little too wide with the ball, and it results in a goal kick, but it looked like Robinson thought he was perhaps a wee bit nearer the goal. So another corner to the Clarets then, and exactly the same as the last three, as Armstrong puts it in across the face, and Robinson lays it back for Randall. I could go back to over to that far post. Hoyland's up there now. Here's Armstrong. Reverse the fullback's roll on the other side. Does well. Can he put the ball in? He does. It's too near the keeper. He can't hold it. Robinson. And again the keeper's in there. No foul. Burnley still have possession then. Now Gary Parkinson, ambitious that it is, just over the top to get something from this game. Run away from Randall, but goes straight back to David Eyres. Up for Mullen now, and the man right on him is Culverhouse, and good play again from Mullen, and a chance for Armstrong. Oh, and he shoots over the bar, and right on the penalty spot, and that look could have gone the top right. And David Eyres just trying to get Gary Parkinson going, went to the back of his leg, so he couldn't really do much about that. As here come Swindon again with Fjortoft on the inside left channel now as he pushes it up again. He takes the return. Davis will have to be strong. Fjortoft lays it off for Robinson. He crosses in. Oh, and that's the goal. And that is Swindon Town's first goal, and it comes from Peter Thorne.
Proud that they're wearing the Burnley shirts and really not trying now to do something about it in this last 20-25 minutes.
So a corner then which McMinn takes to the near post. The flick on out for Harper. Lobs it over to the back post. Hoyland's header, cannons off a man. Robinson hits the post. My word, that was hard lines from Liam Robinson. It cannoned off the far post, and Burnley are luckless again. Picks up Steve Davis, the captain. Can he go on one of his surging runs? Finds David Eyres. Now there's a chance for David Eyres on that left flank. Puts a ball over. A good one too. Headed across. And Parkinson heads wide. Swindon dancing around with the ball. Referee about to blow for a free foul there. Parkinson. Now Robinson. Robinson tries to find Parkinson up the byline. Across from him, which is way over the back post. David Eyres is up there, but no Burnley player really challenging Robinson to lay it off for Harper, and a shot from him which was going on target, hit the back of O'Sullivan, and Burnley cannot score. Fjortoft now for Swindon Town, puts Thorne for his second. Surely that's 2-0, and Thorne makes it. Burnley 0, Swindon 2, and 2 goals.
Yeah, Thorne showing the Clarets how to finish the moves off.
Now here's Ted McMinn. Robinson running well off the ball, collects that one across, a good cross. Eyres header. Oh, and it's hit the post again. It will not go in for Burnley, that must be said. Fjortoft holds the ball up, does well, goes past his marker. A shot which is way past the face. Eyres. Nice bit of play from Eyres for McMinn, puts an early low ball in. Oh, and this must be a goal. And it's a goal for the Clarets and Jerry Harrison. And again, some good play from Ted.
Yeah, last Burnley fine in the back of the net, Jerry Harrison. just come on as substitute, and now Burnley with 5 minutes still able maybe to retrieve a point out of the match.
Switching it right side for Harrison. Down for Parkinson. A shot from Parkinson to take a deflection perhaps, and a goal kick. But that's little consolation when you throw 3 points away. And the trapdoor is opening for the Clarets quietly away, and that is a bad defeat for Burnley. Thorne, the scorer of 2 goals, grabs a brace for the Wiltshire side, and Burnley crash out this time. and it's Grimsby in their striped shirts. Down there, right-hand side, straight to Marlon Beresford from John McDermott that time. And once again, we're accompanied by the rain and the wind here at the turf. Randall pushing it over to Parkinson, and now the chance for Watson, and a good save from Marlon Beresford, and a mistake really in the Burnley defence. And he kicks with wind assistance. Up for Stewart, a good knockdown from Stewart. Now it's David Eyres, a shot from him. Oh, and it's just wide from David Eyres. A good knockdown from Paul Stewart, and a good pull played in by Pender. Gilbert it is. Oh, and that was a goal, a good goal from Mendonca. A good curling dead ball situation, and Mendonca headed it past Beresford.
Yeah, many of the fans in the cricket field stand there demonstrating, feeling there could have been an infringement and a penalty decision there, but nothing given again.
Off the line this time, a Hoyland, or was it a Pender header, was it a Hoyland header? And it came off the line at the near point. I can't believe this.
To stop up on Burnley only on 27th, so there's a long way to go to get clear.
Alvin David Eyres, can he do something with this? Oh, and he had a man up to pass to, and once again the ball eludes the onion bag. A chance for cross, a low hard one, nearly falling, and a good save too. Oh, and that's going to be the second. That's number 2. Mendonca gets his second, Grimsby's second.
A partner, of course, of Brian Laws, but the whistle going, another very sad afternoon down here at Turf Moor.
Final score then, it's Burnley 0, Grimsby 2. Mendonca got both the goals. For his final summing up, here's Tony.
What's that?
Alright. I'll do it for you, man.
We'll just do a little bit about your 2 new signings first of all. It's good to have the boards back and to go out and spend £500,000, isn't it?
Well, yeah, obviously, but it's something that I felt that we needed, and to be fair, they've said if that's what you want, you go ahead and do it, and I'm just delighted to have them on board.
Is it maybe a case of helping to buy yourself out of the trouble that you're in at the moment?
Well, yeah, you can look at it that way, but we do need help in every way, shape or form we can get, and we feel a little bit aggrieved at the fact that there's been times away from home and at home where we could have got something out of games, and we haven't got nothing out of games, but by doing what I've done in the last couple of days, we'll prove to people that we mean to get out of the trouble that we're in.
Tell me a little bit about the 2 players that you've bought.
Well, obviously Stevie Thompson is a very, very good passer of the ball. He's a lot of experience, both at the level that we are at now and also in the Premier League, because that's where he's spent the last 2 years. Curtin Hogan is a player, a 24-year-old, who I think is capable of scoring a lot of goals in not only the division he was in, but in the division that we're in now, and it's goals that we've been needing in recent weeks, and I'm hoping that the combination between the two of them will help spark everybody else.
You need something to lift you, don't you? Maybe this could be it.
Yeah, well, that's what we thought about, and that's what we've said. And these 2 players have joined us in the last 24 hours, and let's hope that that's the lift that we all need.
Just a quick line about what's happening at Burnley at the moment. I mean, it's a bit of a sad situation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, at the moment we just can't score goals. Hopefully, with the signing of Curtin Hogan and Steve Thompson, that'll give us a little lift now as we go into the last bit of the season.
A bit of help for you in midfield as well, I suppose. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping so. Yeah, I mean, Steve can score goals. I mean, he's got a good long-range shot. So, like I say, yeah, it'll be a help for me.
What's the situation like in the club? What's the spirit like?
All right. I mean, obviously, when you're down there, everything seems to go wrong, you know. But we just need something to click and get us going again.
You ready? Microphone. Burnley, joining Burnley. What's it like? Why you joined them?
It's great. They're a better side this one, moving up the league, and hopefully we can stay in the same league and we can get a win today.
There's a bit of pressure on you though, because they can't score goals here to save their lives, can they?
I can handle it. I haven't scored for 20 games myself, so I'm looking to get off the deadlock.
Bit of pressure on you then.
Loads of pressure. That's what you get paid for.
Well, you've obviously come here to end your little famine, have you?
Of course, today I've got a feel I'm going to score today.
The club really doesn't need much selling to you, I suppose, does it?
No, not really. We're a great bunch of lads here. I've played against them a few times and scored a couple against them, but this is a different league to what I've been playing in, so it's going to be hard, but I'm looking forward to it.
So, how much should I put on you scoring a goal?
A tenner, just fancy a tenner, that's all.
How much have you got on yourself scoring?
Nothing, I don't bet on myself, it's an omen, bad omen.
Just go back. How many games is it since you scored?
20.
I'll do it for me. Thank you.
As you say, Mullen, confidence obviously affected by those results. But Burnley, of course, earlier on in the season had an excellent 11-match unbeaten run, should I say. Do you feel that the lads are capable of producing another run of form that could see them climb up the league?
I think so. I think we're very capable. Like I said, I think it just needs another run of 10, 11, 12 games unbeaten, and within that we've got to get some victories.
Obviously the manager has brought in Steve Thompson and Kurt Norgan as a final bid really to make that bid to push up the league. Do you feel that these two players can have a good effect on the side?
I think so, yeah. I think Kurt Norgan looks likely to get us goals. Steve Thompson, a good experienced player who's playing the top flight all his career. So I think it's a good investment by the club.
Just going back for a moment to your own form, a slip-up perhaps in that second goal in the last home game. Having said that, a world-class save in the first half, so you must be having mixed fortunes, would I say, about your own personal form?
Yeah, mixed feelings a little bit. It's always disappointing to let goals in, but the way the second one went in against Grimsby is very, very disappointing. But I'm looking to put that right, and like I said, that starts today.
Obviously in the last 2 or 3 years the Burnley supporters have had a lot to shout about, and just going back a few months of course to those great days when we were getting up there and winning at Wembley. And do you feel now is a time when the support with the club at the bottom of the league is really needed, and hoping that the long side will really get behind the lads this afternoon?
I think so. I think everybody's got to pull together in situations like this, and not only with the players but with the crowd themselves. You know, they can be tremendous with the vocal backing, and that's what we need at this moment in time.
Just to finish with Mullen, are you confident that next season Burnley will be still playing First Division football?
Very confident, yeah.
So it's going to be West Brom to kick off towards the Ensley stand end. The Burnley supporters giving their club all this afternoon, because really Burnley have to start winning sometime, and away go WBA. Steve Thompson puts the ball out.
Yeah, Naylor sporting a strange green cap over there, and that goal to keep the sun out from his eyes, but they did well to come out there. Good long ball, searching ball there from Eyres, trying to seek Norgan out.
David Eyres floats one in for Stewart. Handball was the claim. The referee, well, Burnley seemed to stand still, and the referee didn't move a muscle for the claims for handball. Was it accidental?
Well, when you're at the bottom, those sort of things you often go against you, and I've seen penalties going for less than that, and the referee was in a good position to spot it, but decided it wasn't deliberate, and unfortunately threw the Burnley lads waving play on.
Yeah, of course you could say, but for bad luck, Burnley would have no luck at all, as Burnley again try to attack this West Bromwich Albion defence. On that far side, A.D. Randall now. Scott Thompson in space. He chooses Wayne Dowell. Certainly getting their fair share of vocal support, the Clarets. There, as the ball comes in again, looking for Hunt. Davis is there, Phelan's up there. Rees again, got a chance for a shot. Straight at the keeper, Marlon Beresford. It's going to be Thompson to take it over to that far side, looking for Davis. Oh, and there's Stewart. No goal. May have looked like one from the long side, and Stewart just putted a foot out, but behind. It gives it to Eyres, the Strodder. Eyres has ball too near the keeper, crashes down, but he gets it on the second attempt at the far post. For a moment I thought that ball was going to be put in the onion bag.
You can only hope we can just grab one before half time to really boost the confidence.
Flick back, and the ball, oh, it's gone wide.
But unfortunately for West Brom, the defender just getting in the way of it.
Again the ball played up, the goalkeeper punches and makes a mess, and then makes amends. Is it wide for O'Regan, who crosses in, first time effort too. Not a bad one from Hunt. The good Nogan lays it off to Parkinson. Nogan asking for it back, gets it back. Good cross now from Nogan perhaps. And right across the face once again, and a goal kick. Ball played up. Centre back Strodder up there. Hoyland, oh, and a good save from Marlon Beresford. And that could have been the opener for the visitors, Tony. Dowell crosses up. Oh, and that's Nogan unmarked. Lays it off for Heath. And a foot came out. And can you believe it? It won't go in. Burnley really trying to pull everything out here. Hoyland. Good ball. Now then, Hogan, can he do something with this? To go! No! Unbelievable stop from Naylor. My word. Phelan. O'Regan again. Hoisted over the head. Phelan going in for it. Rees is in there. Phelan's in there. Rees again. And Phelan. Oh no. Good save. Oh, and a cannon. Unlucky. Oh, and a goal. Can you believe it? It's happened again. Burnley have been hit by the sucker punch.
Yeah, travesty of justice. Burnley, all the pressure, and then a really sloppy goal given away. There was a few appeals there for offside, but not given, and disconsolate Marlon Beresford having to pick the ball out of the back of the net again. Once again, the right formula not been found this afternoon, with Nogan and Stewart having very little opportunity up front.
Might be an opportunity for Stewart inside right channel. Oh, and a touch from the keeper. And that was, well, Stewart's did his utmost to get that one in. To Robinson. Good ball floated in. Oh, and straight at the keeper from Kurt Nogan. A good cross from Liam Robinson, but the header straight at the keeper. It's going to be Randall to take this corner for the Clarets. Another header straight at the keeper. That seems to be all that's been this afternoon. Any possibilities of them scoring, do you think?
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
The ball, well, it goes so far back. Hoyland plays it in. Robinson can't control it. Shoots! A goal! Liam Robinson gets the equaliser, and that has got to be a bit of good fortune.
The first time Burnley have had a slicing look for probably a couple of months. Cracking shot by Robinson, but perhaps the goal had it covered. He just hit the defender's knee and went in the corner, but I'm sure the Burnley sub will be claiming that one. And now we've got about a minute or two just to try and grab a winner.
Eyres, rifling shot, and a good save again from the keeper, Naylor. He's looked at his watch, he's going to blow, and that is the final whistle. Burnley 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. A solitary point for the Clarets.
You have to go back to 1978 to see the last Burnley win against Oldham in a league match. That was a goal by Malcolm Smith nearly 17 years ago. Well, this afternoon it's Operation Survival as the Clarets entertain Oldham Athletic.
Oldham to kick off, playing towards the Ensley stand. And Burnley, well, let's hope they can do it this afternoon.
Yeah, of course, earlier in the season, Burnley went down 3-0 at Boundary Park. 2 goals from Sean McCarthy and 1 from Andy Ritchie. And of course, a sad afternoon was made worse really by the fact that Marlon Beresford has received his marching orders with a red card that day. So Burnley hoping to turn things round this afternoon there.
Yes, and away go Oldham Athletic. Andy Ritchie, the man who's been all over the place, got back in the Oldham side. And, well, career with Leeds United and, of course, Manchester United. And still banging the goals in. Stewart goes up. Steve Davis. Offside. No. Now then, Kurt Nogan, a one-on-one. Oh, and I think he'll score. And he has! A super goal from Kurt Nogan.
Tremendous start for Burnley, just what they wanted. Nogan beating the offside trap. Not too many complaints from Oldham, although one of the lads is running over to the linesman now. But just the tonic Burnley needed. Nogan grabbing his first goal.
Already repaid some of his fee from Brighton. Just what the doctor ordered. It's the first time Burnley's taken the lead here at the Turf for some time, Tony.
Yeah, probably since that Southend match. And there's a real buzz about the place now. Nogan scoring his first goal for 20-odd games, if you include those games at Brighton.
Paul Stewart once again, he can't find the net. That could have been Burnley's second goal.
Yeah, that's been Oldham's problem this season, although they've scored 45. They've let the same amount in, and that could so easily have been a second and the first for Paul Stewart, but firing just wide of the target.
And has to go back for Davis. First time cross from him, a good one too. Chested down by Stewart, and a shot. Oh, and the keeper just manages to hold that David Eyres shot. David Eyres for Vinicum. Paul Stewart in a bit of room on the left-hand side. Do something with this one, Stewart. Not a bad cross. Oh, and Oldham, all sorts of problems there. Didn't clear it initially. Good ball put in again. Nogan just over the top from him.
Yeah, Randall and Stewart got in each other's way there when Nogan initially made a great break down the left-hand side.
This is Chris Vinicum now, going to go it on his own. Great play from Vinicum. Oh, a great effort too. Well played from Chris Vinicum.
That would have been a contender for goal of the season. Tremendous run by Vinicum. The Oldham lads expected him to push it out wide to the wingman, but cut inside. That would have been a classic goal if that had found the back of the net.
For Haller. Bernard. Haller, a nice flick on and a substitute. That's equalised. Sean McCarthy rocks the Clarets.
Be interesting to see that on the video later on. Burnley not happy that the linesman didn't give that decision for offside, but the Oldham man wasn't going to need asking twice. A gentle chip over Beresford's head, and Oldham right back into it at the beginning of the second half.
Randall threaded through for David Eyres, a good ball, and Eyres crosses. Oh, and Nogan shooting wide when it looked easier to just pop it in. Parkinson to Nogan, gets it taken away from him, but Stewart's in there. David Eyres leaves it for Vinicum, who hammers it. Oh, what a goal! Chris Vinicum! A tremendous shot from him! What a return!
What a fantastic strike! Looked as though the Burnley pressure wasn't going to pay off. Clever bit of work there by Eyres, just team Vinicum up, and a tremendous shot right into the bottom corner. And let's hope that that's the clincher for Burnley this afternoon.
15 minutes left, and Burnley must get 3 points here this afternoon. Come on. Kurt Nogan through now, can he finish? Oh, he's kicked wide. Good grief. Thompson pursuing him. Randall now. Now Randall and Nogan. Stewart to his left. He'll choose Nogan. That was a weird ball. That was a strange ball. Stewart. No, I don't believe that. Stewart tried to set it up and it would not go. And we've done it. Burnley have got 3 points. 2-1 against Oldham. Nogan and Vinicum. Tony.
Yeah, finally the first win of 1995. Great 3 points, and you can feel the relief all around the stadium. The fans absolutely elated. Steve Davis punching the air with delight there, looking towards the long side. And let's hope that the following couple of games, Derby and Bristol City, we can capitalise and bring some points back to Turf Moor and push us up that league division.
Right, it's going to be Luton Town to kick this game off. Attacking towards the Ensley stand. I'll just run through the two sides. First of all, the Clarets line-up. Steve Davis are pushing the ball in the inside right channel. Offside against Eddie Randall. So this corner will be taken by David Eyres, swinging in. Dangerous one, Robinson's header. Flashes way past the far post, but well, at least he made the contact. It wasn't just on target.
Of recent weeks, but obviously he'll be looking to grab 1 or 2 tonight to stake his claim to be staying in the team.
Dwight Marshall at the far post, and Jerry Harrison just in the nick of time, and that would have been in for Matthews, but there was a good work by Marshall on that right-hand side, so quick, and well, there you have it. Is Marshall again, this time in a more central role. Has to go back, in fact, to Priest, who hoists it left-hand side for Matthews. And he crosses over to the far post. Dixon can't get there. Just took a foot out, nearly went down the tunnel. When Stanley racing to this left touchline and putting David Eyres under a bit of pressure there. Randall. Thompson back for Pender. In for Nogan. Here's Robinson trying an hopeful shot. Not a bad effort, and a good save from Sommer. Takes it up quickly, straight into the arms of Wayne Russell. Pender gets the header. Adrian Randall for Thompson, for Nogan. And here's Robinson. Oh, it's a good ball through. David Eyres, can he round the keeper off? It's wide, and the... well, has the referee blown for something there, or is it just wide?
Yeah, linesman's got his flag up. Good effort though by Burnley. Robinson though didn't just time his pass right, and Eyres had already run into an offside position.
And Eyres now with the ball. What's he going to do with this one? He's a back four. He's trying to weave round. He just going nowhere. Dixon on the break now. The situation he likes. Hammers the ball, shoots wide. But that was really Burnley's mistake in letting that attack break down by Eyres. Winstanley to Priest. Dwight Marshall over on that right-hand side now. Being harassed by Winstanley and getting the ball away. Thompson now for Burnley. Here's Steve Davis. Robinson to his right-hand side, a good ball. Played in again, but again, Davis goes round his marker. Has to push it out wide. Randall! Surely Randall! Oh, it will not go in. That was a great move by the Clarets, and Julian James stuck a foot out just at the last minute. Harrison. Davis finds Nogan. Thompson, a good shot. Oh, and a good effort from Steve Davis. Has to go back to Telfer. Telfer does a nice bit of footwork. And Harrison will have to get that one as Priest comes in for it. Certainly the fastest raiders I've seen here at the turf for some time, Luton.
Yeah, all credit to the Burnley defence for keeping them at bay most of the time. Harrison's had quite a sound game at full-back for me at the moment, and I'm sure Jimmy Mullen will be... I was going to say Jimmy Mullen will be happy with his performance, but not with that one.
Slipped in right on the goal line, and well, all the hard work down the pan. It's Marshall, in fact, as Randall pushing it wide now. Thompson. And Nogan there, the keeper's ball, surely a punch. Two men down, the ball is in the back of the net. Burnley.
John Mullen on, and within possibly 5 minutes he's rifled the equaliser, and now given Burnley something to play for in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Long again, Thompson goes up, but he can't get the ball this time. This is Priest. Here's Nogan now, good ball for Davis now. Looking for players in support. Nogan. Oh, what a shot from the keeper, right across the face again. And here's David Eyres. No, it's at the post, I don't believe it. Burnley can't get the look. Thompson. Good grief.
Quite unbelievable how that kept out. And another frustrating last few minutes it's been for Burnley.
Certainly has, as Harrison does well again. Across from him, over to the far post. The header across. Oh my word, shoot! Over the top from Thompson.
Another great chance to Burnley lads there down on the pitch, holding their hands above their heads, and a great chance there. It looked as though Robinson was going to get on the end of it, but Tierney took for Thompson, but unfortunately leant back and blazed it over the top.
Joe's just not good enough, is it, Tony?
No, it's got to be 3 points tonight. Do you do feel that, that there's really too much to do, but they've got to get 3 points tonight?
Yes! What a goal! Jerry Harrison laid up by Steve Davis. And the referee wants the players to stop celebrating them, but they deserve it.
Yeah, it's only fair that Burnley were going to get one of those. Harrison coming up from the back and crashing it wide of the keeper.
Randall nearly dispossessing the number 4 Waddock. And that's the final whistle. Burnley 3 points here. Burnley 2, Luton 1. And finally, Tony, a summing up.
Well, a terrific second half performance. Burnley looking really at the bottom of the league side in the first half, but come out a completely different side in the second half. Burnley have to aim at winning the next 3 home games, starting with tonight's critical game against Port Vale, and nothing else will do. That, of course, a tall order, but I think we are genuinely capable of doing it. Those are the words of the Burnley boss, Jimmy Mullen, as the Clarets aim to bounce back after that disappointing result at Mullen on Friday night when they went down by 2-0.
For Nogan, gets through the two men. Here's Shaw now, the chance for Paul Shaw. The finish was not as hard as we might expect, but a good opportunity. Here's Foyle. Switching play and right over to that far side where Guppy crossed with either feet. The good cross was played in and Binnickham hammers it over Wayne Russell's bar. And that was a dangerous one again from Guppy. Paul Musselwhite again takes a good kick downfield. Steve Davis with the head. Vandelar and Allon. Foyle back to Allon. Snapshot from him and Foyle. Not a bad effort from Foyle. First time effort, edge of the box, and Russell reacted well. Port Vale not messing about. Foyle gets the nod down. This is Allon. Gives a return to Foyle. Could be a golden opportunity for... Was he brought down? The referee says play on. The referee quite adamant about that. A good challenge from Mark Winstanley. Winstanley hammers it upfield again for the Clarets. Shaw racing in on the goalkeeper and two defenders. And a mistake. A goal. Is it a goal? No. Handball, I think.
Well, yeah, looks like the referee's given handball against the Burnley man. Port Vale have had the better of the chances. Apart from that last one there, it's Shaw finished off, but illegally using his hand.
Chip from him. Side netting. Not long to go as Musselwhite kicks again in this cold night air. Davis and Thompson with the flick on that didn't come off that time. Vandelar in looking for Foyle. He gets a lucky rebound and Foyle shoots. And that's the goal that Port Vale have been looking for. And they got luck there. I really think they got a lot of luck in that goal mouth.
Yeah, the ball just fell nicely for them, and once again Burnley's backs it up against the wall with needing another 2 goals to have a chance of getting the victory.
So Burnley handicapped again. They threatened on numerous occasions, and it was that man Martin Foyle who gave Port Vale the lead.
Yeah, seems too many of the Burnley lads out of touch at the moment. Randall again letting his side down with a poor cross.
Too much room given to the Port Vale forwards, it must be said. Wayne Russell did extremely well to get that ball. Well, he didn't actually. The Burnley defence got it in the end, but my word, Russell got a knock there. Randall out for Harrison. Harrison trying to take him on. Gets the ball through, and Shaw finds Harrison. Harrison puts it across, and a goal! Kurt Nogan! I think the referee's given it this time, has he?
Yeah, Nogan, who's, I think it's fair to say he's had a very poor first half, but he's got on the end of that. Good work by Harrison, and just before half-time, Nogan there, I think it was quite angry at the Burnley supporters really, because they're giving him some stick, but he's turned around to them and said, well, that's what I'm paid to do. Put the ball in the back of the net, and now Burnley right back in it. Yeah, good effort from the Burnley number 6. And just it was going to find its way to the net. Musselwhite doing well and clung onto the ball on a second attempt with the Burnley lad coming in for any loose offerings that were going there.
Yes, Nogan liking to score a second here this evening. Great ball again. Now can Randall finish? Round the keeper. He must finish. What a goal! Eddie Randall makes Burnley 2, Port Vale 0.
A terrific goal, Randall, who's made those kind of runs all through the season and beat the offside trap and sidestepped the keeper, and a great finish.
We're just saying earlier on that Adrian Randall failed to get his shooting boots on, but he did well to get round the keeper. Looking to switch play for Nogan, for Shaw. Nice 1-2 from the two striking partners up front. Eyres crosses, Shaw gets the head to it wide, but a good effort again by Burnley.
Good move there, Jimmy Mullen on the far side demonstrating with his defence. I think from that earlier Port Vale attack, but Shaw just getting that glancing header over the top.
So Musselwhite will take the goal kick for Port Vale. Not a good one. Right to Shaw. Now can he make it 3? He has! What a goal! Paul Shaw celebrates his home debut with Burnley's 3rd.
A terrific finish by the new boy, as cool as you like. A very bad mistake by the Port Vale keeper, and a terrific finish, really, just chipping it over him into the unguarded net, and Burnley now with a great 3-1 lead.
Thompson misses his man. Foyle full of trickery. Shaw goes in. Randall again. Randall going for wide, surely this time for Nogan. Can he get it across? Good effort. Oh, and a goal! An own goal. That's 4-1. Unbelievable.
An own goal from the full-back. It's a catastrophe for Port Vale. This second half, Burnley have absolutely gone rampant, and terrific start, and 4-1 now. Surely the game is well beyond the visitors. The Port Vale defence really caved in a little bit in the second half, but all credit to the Burnley boys for the way they've come out and taken the game right to them.
Seems that Port Vale again a little bit physical now, but this is Guppy. Dangerous one, and that's 4-2, and that's John Paul Allen. So that's 6 goals we've had so far. The game, anything, but what can we say about that? 8 minutes, 7 minutes remaining of this game, and Burnley still lead by 4 goals to 2. Bogie does extremely well. He streaks past the Burnley defence. The ball played in, a dangerous one. That's 4-3, and Martin Foyle has given Port Vale a lifeline. Foyle again. This is causing problems for the Burnley defence. Played across. Vinicum clears the danger. Brass. And the whistle goes for full time. Burnley 3 points in the bag, 4-3. Any words, Tony?
Nailed back in the last few minutes, but Burnley clinging on. It doesn't matter how the results come at the moment. They've got 3 points in the bag, and now it's August for another great game on Saturday against Millwall, and we hope for more of the same. Mick McCarthy, the Millwall manager, was running the rule over the Burnley lads in that good win against Port Vale on Tuesday night, and one of the men there responsible for that win, Adrian Randall, has found a great new spark in his form. He scored, of course, that second goal which helped Burnley onto that 4-3 win. A few hiccups at the end with the defence, but hopefully Burnley can put that out of their mind and carry on their winning ways this afternoon against this Millwall side, who are currently in the middle of the First Division.
Randall for Brass. That was a deceiving ball off the full-back's head, and David Eyres to the byline now, pulls it back, a shooting, oh what a shot and a save, my word.
Great chance there for Burnley. Eyres did well, but perhaps should have pulled it back quicker for Shaw or Thompson at the far post. But
Van Blurk with the kick, headed away by Winstanley, up for Nogan, being closely watched by Thatcher. Parkinson up for Shaw, and a great ball again. This is Randall. It's nobody up in support, only Parkinson, but he shoots. Facts and figures by Tony Lister, and we've got Adrian Randall on this left-hand side, plays the ball up for Nogan. The first touch wasn't good. Shaw tries a snapshot, not a bad effort. Even in the Premiership, and this has got to be a credit for Arthur Bellingham and his team.
Yeah, Blackburn's pitch just down the road from here has come under a lot of stick lately, but Burnley's it's nice to see no snow around or anything. Hopefully we've seen the last of that, but as you say, great credit to Arthur Bellingham and his team for providing a snooker table type pitch.
That's Randall through, he's round the man, can he get it? It's gone too wide now, he'll have to lay it back. Oh, and it went right across the face, much to the disappointment of Kurt Nogan. What about that? Overlapping full-back is Beard, chooses to go inside. Oldfield's effort, oh, and a good effort too, and it's a goal for Millwall. It's David Oldfield right against a run of play once again on 37 minutes.
Yeah, terrific strike by the man on loan from Leicester, giving a little bit too much room there. Some good passing going on as Millwall beginning to find a little bit of form, and then a cracking shot. Really can't really blame Beresford for that, and Millwall, it has to be said, an undeserved 1-0 lead. The fans now being able to get a little bit unhappy at the way things are going.
A missed challenge from Jamie Hoyland there sets out the number 11 Jason Van Blurk. Pulled in, 2-0. Oldfield gets his second. Van Blurk did well on the byline. Good interception again. That player, that's the second time he's been involved. He's got to go. The left full back has got to walk, Tony.
Yeah, temper's really getting out of hand now, and the full back Thatcher has obviously got to be dealt with by the ref, and it's going to get really out of hand if the man in black doesn't get a little bit firmer with his decisions. I think the full back will be lucky to stop on the field here.
It's 3 incidents that Thatcher has been involved in, and that man has got to walk now. He's had the cautions. He's talking to the number 6, Keith Stevens, and this is the man really that's got to well, he has no explaining to do really. I mean, witnessed by all the long side and the whole of the ground, in fact. A very, very lucky player. Thompson is hurried off the ball by Roberts, and Burnley have a free kick this time. Randall's still going down that left-hand side. Plays it in for Eyres, right across, it's a goal! And that is Paul Shaw, who pulls one back for Burnley.
At last, Randall a bit more magic on that left-hand side. A good ball through, Millwall looking to the linesman, but as it came across, Shaw on the end of it, and Burnley now with everything to play for in the last few minutes. And a very good evening and welcome once again to Turf Moor for this Tuesday night fixture rearranged match against Charlton Athletic, the South London side who made this long trip earlier on in the season only to find the game called off around 6 p.m. Tonight no such problems, the pitch in perfect condition as Burnley strive for a vital 3 points which could take them to 4th from the bottom and only 4 points away from a safety position. Burnley of course fresh from that defeat against Millwall on Saturday, and they'll be hoping to put that right, and Jimmy Mullen has made a couple of changes. Chris Vinnicum back in the side.
All played in hard and low again, but unable to do anything with it that time. Davis initially clear, and Shaw tries to lay it up for McMinn, but here comes Randall again for the Clarets. Randall Shaw to his left-hand side, he's got Eyres just ahead of him, and it's going to be Paul Shaw on the left foot, but he's running away from him, and that could, and well, it may have been a goal. The Tin Man, them knees are knocking, over to the far post, a good cross from him. This is Randall, and he hits it over the top.
Yeah, Vinnicum hacked to the ground there. This time the free kick just slightly near the penalty area, so Burnley throwing the big men forward again. Skippers up there, Davis and Jamie Hoyland.
Back post, a punch this time from Salmon. Parkinson. Eyres header, a goal! David Eyres, what a goal!
Terrific header. Eyres absolutely delighted that he's got one with his head. A good ball floated in by Parkinson, and a perfect header for a forward, downward into the corner, out of the goalkeeper's grasp.
That's the first headed goal since last November, believe it or not. It is, and Davis hammers it hard. Ooh, so hard in fact, the keeper took the sting and bounced out of his chest. Yes, it's Parkinson, a beautiful ball for Shaw. Now then, Shaw's got his opportunity here, nearly just on the edge of the area. Randall! A good save from the keeper, and that was nearly Burnley's second.
Yeah, cracking shot by Randall, and Salmon having his work cut out to keep the score down at 1-0 to the Clarets.
Thompson, good ball. McMinn operating from the right-hand side now for the Clarets. Another great ball in. Oh, but the big central defenders there. Stuart Barmer. Shaw, good save from the keeper. Flick from Thompson, perhaps. Parkinson. Oh, it's a change of route. And a great shot from Parkinson.
One floated in. Highland just unable to get on the end of it at that back post.
It'll be Ted McMinn again. Over to that back post. Davis goes up. Oh, now then. Highland. Oh, right through Eyres' legs. Oh, this ball is all over the 18-yard box. And Burnley couldn't just turn to get that one in.
Yeah, it should have been 2-0, I think, but just a great scramble there in that 6-yard box, and Charlton very relieved to get it away.
McMinn then. Oh, he tries one. Oh, it's at the bar. Would you believe it? A rocket from the Tin Man, and that was awfully unlucky.
And it's been a handful for the Charlton back four.
Binnicum. A low one that time, but it caught the... Now then, Ted. Oh, how unlucky can you get? Twice Ted McMinn has hammered the woodwork. Burnley still have a chance here with Binnicum. They set this attack up. Robinson, a good header. Now Shaw. Yes, that is number 2. And Paul Shaw puts Burnley into a 2-0 lead. Tremendous.
Yeah, last Burnley get what they deserve. Shaw just finishing it off. The Charlton lads looking towards the linesman, but the ball not through, and Shaw, cool as you like, slipping it under the keeper. Yeah, a lot of the Derby fans down below is not happy, but well offside there, Gabbiadini. Looks as though Jimmy Mullen may have asked David Eyres and Ted McMinn to just keep switching wings to try and unsettle the Derby back four.
Seems like a good idea. Steve Davis takes it long. Philliskirk goes up for it, again with Williams. Over for McMinn. Philliskirk round his marker. Can he pull it back? A goal! David Eyres, made by Philliskirk. Tremendous.
Yeah, Derby not happy with something there. I think it came off the defender, but good work by Philliskirk. Intelligent pull back, and I think as the defender, that really couldn't do anything about it. And a great start for the Clarets.
So they keep the jitters up as Burnley again on this left-hand side for them. This is Eddie Randall to the back post for Philliskirk. Heads it across. Number 2, Paul Shaw.
Tremendous, great floated ball over by Randall. A great knock back by Philliskirk, having a hand in both goals, and Shaw once again grabbing a goal here at Turf Moor. An outstanding start for the home side.
Again, the spade work made by Tony Philliskirk.
Yeah, as I just said, he's had a hand in both goals, and a dream start for the Clarets.
Ted McMinn will have one or two things to prove against his old club.
Yeah, McMinn was a big favourite down at the baseball ground. I remember him playing against Burnley in those FA Cup games 2 or 3 seasons ago. A nasty punch there on the Burnley forward. Short, could be some trouble here for one of the Derby lads.
Yeah, Craig Short being a tower of resistance against Paul Shaw, and Paul Shaw persistently trying to get the ball, and I think it was an elbow in the face that eventually put Paul Shaw to the floor.
Yeah, it could be a red card. Let's see what the referee is.
Very good. Well surmised there, Tony.
Yeah, there can't be any leniency with challenges like that. I don't know why really the Derby lads are protesting. You can't go around punching people in the face like that.
A holding going on between the two here, Gabbiadini and Davis. And Gabbiadini leaves Davis, very unusual. And Gabbiadini making all sorts of... Oh, that's the goal. That's the goal. Paul Trollope, after some good work from Gabbiadini, and the Burnley defence caught flat-footed.
Yeah, Davis caught out there by Gabbiadini, made a good run into the box. Looked as though he was going to score himself, and then laid it back, and unfortunately for Burnley, Derby right back in it.
Stand side for the Clarets. Eyres impeded there. It's the Tin Man coming over to take this one. Right to the back post, Davis! Oh, it's off the line! A goal given! That's the 3-1 lead that Steve Davis has put Burnley in. A beautiful ball from Ted and a smashing finish from Steve.
Yeah, certainly a clean head there from the Burnley skipper. The haircut doing the trick. Tremendous header and well over the line before the Derby lad headed it back out.
And still this match continues to roll. That's it. Burnley have 3 points. David Eyres, Paul Shaw and Steve Davis the scorers. Trollope got a consolation for Derby, and it's all for Easter Monday.
Yeah, great win for Burnley with the Easter season upon us. The Burnley fans going home ecstatic.
That's it with the final score of Burnley 3, Derby County 1, survival the name of the game.
Good control by Foyle, he finds Bogey. He comes back this way, finds Martin Foyle again. Foyle knocks it forward, Tony Naylor cuts inside, he can have a shot here. Well, trying to curl one in, came off the Burnley defence, but the danger not over, comes to Robbie. Robbie van der Laan with the chip, and it's in the net. Port Vale 1, Burnley 0. Deft little chip there by Robbie van der Laan.
A windswept Turf Moor this afternoon with the cricket season upon us. Typical Lancashire weather here as Burnley seek to grab another 3 points to try and desperately get away from that relegation spot at the bottom of the league.
Now can Ted turn on the wizardry here. Another good cross, but the keepers and Philliskirk, and Shaw at the far post. An unfortunate one for the Clarets. Durnin puts it wide for Burton. Dean Burton's cross, the shot and the save was good from Beresford. McMinn has another bite of the cherry, a similar cross and offside given presumably against David Eyres, and it was short-lived, that joyous cheer. Cross in from him, and a flick on just narrowly past Mullen Beresford's left-hand post, and it was Dean Burton's glancing header there which spelt a spot of danger. Parkinson's cross, but held up again in the wind. It runs away from David Eyres just on the 6-yard line. Again, the wind that causing this match all sorts of problems. Seeing himself up for a shot, and Beresford's good save. Could have been slightly unsighted there as he leaped across to his right-hand post.
Yeah, the lad wasn't closed down, he lined the shot up, then took it a little bit further on, and still nobody came to challenge, and a cracking shot was bound for the corner, but great save by the Burnley keeper.
Randall finds Jamie Hoyland just sitting in front of the back four, and Parkinson for sure, just well held up again. Randall for McMinn now. Cross, early cross, Philliskirk can't turn, closed down again. Randall loses possession. Again, Burnley's attack breaks down and Burnley lose possession. Alan McLaughlin getting through some work there, and Paul Hall puts it up, and what's he brought down? That is a penalty. Steve Davis bringing down McLaughlin, and he started the spade work, did McLaughlin, and he finished it off in that box. And really that's unfortunate for Burnley. It's one of those situations, Durnin to take it, and Portsmouth take the lead with John Durnin. On 35 minutes, the Clarets go a goal down. Randall screaming for the ball in the centre circle, and Davis chooses a long ball for Eyres on that far side, and Eyres, he's got round his man. In for Philliskirk, a chance, Philliskirk! Well, it was just wide again. Shaw glancing off Gittins and Hoyland, and McMinn Oh, just wide from the Tin Man. And Alan Knight, well, he's saying something. I don't know about his defence, but that was a stunning drive from Ted. Gone past two men now, David Eyres still in possession, trying a shot, and not a bad effort from David Eyres, and the keeper struggled to hold. David Eyres now plays it in for Randall, steaming in, Adrian Randall! Oh, and the goalkeeper made a super save, Philly Skirk, and somehow the ball will not go in. Oh, there, this looks a problem. This could be the second. A finish here. Beresford can't get round him. He's netted, and that is disaster. Kit Simmons or Simons, and that's what we didn't want. So throwing then to the Clarets, Parkinson, looking for Robinson here. And left-footed cross. Oh, through, and a goal. David Eyres beat the offside trap. Well, that's a better news from Burnley. Just what they needed. McMinn floats it in. Oh, and the ball is in. No, it's not given it. The referee has disallowed it. Morgan's control, letting him down there. Hoyland goes in with a crunching challenge, and that's a red card. A red card for Jamie Hoyland for that challenge on Burton, and Burnley down to 10 men.
I don't think Hoyland had been booked, had he, day before that. A very poor decision to send him off for that. You know, with 2 or 3 minutes to go. It was a free kick and perhaps a yellow card at the most, but a red card, appalling decision really.
There goes the final whistle. Burnley are defeated against Portsmouth. David Eyres got one back. A ball that hit the bar and then the post. And we sum up the afternoon for the Clarets, Tony.
A disaster, I think, really. We had a bright opening, didn't get the goal. The penalty obviously turned things in Portsmouth's favour, and then the second half, really, apart from the consolation goal, everything went wrong. We've hit the woodwork a couple of times. Had a player unjustly sent off, and it's a sad afternoon for Burnley, and look like heading for the likes of Stockport next season in Division 2.
Yep, so that's about just all we have for you. It's Sunderland next at home with a final score of Burnley 1, Portsmouth 2. And a great atmosphere made by the visiting supporters of Sunderland. So it will be Sunderland to kick this game off in their change strip of all yellow with blue flashes. Early touch for Mullen, Beresford, flick on from David Eyres. Gives Sunderland a throw in on this near side. Vinnicum getting a challenge in after a miss hitting that one. This is Gray over that far side, and this could be danger for the Clarets. Pushed out very well, Martin Smith, the man trying to put the ball across. He does so, but straight to Steve Davis. He clears long. Bit of a tangle going on there in the centre circle with Shaw and Melville, and still Sunderland just over the top. Not a bad effort. Martin Gray Pushing it wide for Kabuchi. Playing the old quick routine stuff. Kabuchi again. Angel, the target man, and the chance, a shooting chance, and what a goal! That's a superb goal. Martin Smith puts Sunderland into a 1-0 lead, a knockdown from Brett Angel, and it had Marlon Beresford beaten all the way. Steve Davis again, who's storming on that far side, and it's played in. Norman punches away, back out to Randall. Randall plays it again, this time for Davis. A header from him, it's just wide, and it's a good effort too from Steve Davis's rather shaven head. But it wasn't a bad ball from the former Bolton striker Philly Skate. This is Adrian Randall for Parkinson. Mullen tries to get the ball, it's blocked. Parkinson here to the byline. A good cross is called for. Eyres, a pull on the shirt, given. Referee right on the ball. Made some good decisions, this referee, Mr. Flood, and he certainly was on the ball there. A tug on the shirt from David Eyres means that Burnley have a penalty, and it's going to be that man, David Eyres, to take it. David Eyres steps up and hammers the ball. What a pace! A leveller for the Clarets, and it's that man, David Eyres.
Liam, how big's the disappointment been this season? You came at the start hoping to have a good season and a mid to high table season with Burnley, but unfortunately it never transpired that way.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, very disappointing to go down. I've played in this division for 2 years now, you know, and it's the only place to play is either this or the highest one. You know, you don't really want to be going playing in the lower divisions, although we're going to have to. But myself personally, it's a big disappointment.
Did it soften the blow, the fact that Bristol City were relegated as well?
Not really. I'm not really. I mean, obviously, I am interested, but I'm more concerned about what Burnley do really now. And you know, the fact that they've gone down. I suppose I can go and play there again next year, which, you know, I'll enjoy that. But it's very disappointing, really.
Now, what about the season on a personal front? I know that when you came, you were trying to point out that you were an all-rounder and not just an out-and-out goal scorer. Were you happy with your contribution to the team?
Well, I've been disappointed because I've not played. I think I've only played about twice in the last 17 games. I mean, I've had a couple of injuries. Managers, you know, left me out, which is, you know, obviously disappointing. But that's part of football, and you have to accept these things. So, in some ways, I'm disappointed that I think I might have got, you know, I've got 11 goals, and I've probably got a few more goals.
But you hit double figures. Were you happy with that fact?
Not really, no, because I would have liked to have got 20. And obviously it would have done us a lot better if I'd have got 20 goals, because, you know, it might have been just enough to keep us up. But that's, you know, that's how it is. We just have to see how we go next year. But I'm expecting to do really well next year.
How big a blow is it to any footballer's pride when relegation is suffered? Because they say there's few worse feelings in football rather than losing the FA Cup final.
It's a big blow. I got relegated once with Bury, and, you know, it tends to put a dampener on your summer break. You know, you're always thinking about what might have been and what happened last year, and it tends to, you know, to dwell until, you know, probably the start of next season, where hopefully we can start off well and bounce back.
What's been the high point? You gave Liverpool a run for the money a couple of occasions in the League Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I scored a good goal against Liverpool. I enjoyed that. I mean, there's been a lot of good performances. I can think of a few games where we played it. I mean, we went to Charlton, won at Charlton, and to be fair, it's one of the best team performances I've ever played in. We played ever so well that day. So if we can take things like, and like you say, we did ever so well against Liverpool, if we can take things like that and build and get confidence for next year, then I think we'll do really well next year.
And the home form's been good as well.
Yeah, it's picked up a little bit towards the end. Obviously, I mean, it's not been brilliant. It could have been a lot better, but you know, it needs to be better next year, and as away form needs to be better as well.
When you look around the dressing room, you look at the talent and the players available, surely next season will be a campaign where you're knocking on the door to come straight back again?
Well, I expect. I mean, I look at the quality within the club and the quality of players, and it's a good squad, and I think it's a squad that'll do very well next year.
Final word on a personal front. The new haircut's taken quite a long while to get used to it.
Yeah, it took my wife. It's taken my wife even longer. But personally, I mean, when it's like this, it's nice. You know, it's not in the way, and it's a bit cooler. And we just thought we'd have a change with myself and Steve Davis. It was one of those silly things we'd been talking about, and all of a sudden he said, "Are we going?" And we went, and we had the trim. And to be fair, it needs doing again actually, but. My wife said I am to have it done again, but I think I might just have one more before I go on holiday in the summer.
Is it your first one? Because when you look at the pictures of you down the career, the hairstyle's been even longer than you had it when you first came to Burnley at times.
It has. I mean, I've had long hair at the time. I've never had it down to wood like it is now. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I think once I got used to it, it was a bit of a shock to myself, but once I've got used to it, it's great. I don't have to brush it, you know, it doesn't take much washing, there's no looking after it at all.
Do you reckon it won you the male model contract that you got to model new kit?
No, I think I was the only idiot that would do it.
Thanks for your time, Liam. Thanks for speaking to us. Thanks a lot. Well, Chris, how pleasing was it on a personal front to complete the second part of the season, having had much of the campaign out because of a serious broken jaw?
Well, yes, obviously it was great to get back after such a horrific injury, not knowing whether I'll be able to play any part of the end of the season, because when I'd done it, the specialist said that I might not be able to play this season. But luckily I got back for the Barnsley game away, and I've played every game since except for the one I was suspended for.
The injury occurred at Reading, and how uncomfortable were the next 48 hours after the injury, because there was a lot of uncertainty at the time?
Yes, after I'd done it, I was being carried off, and in the change room Andy Jones said, "You're all right," and I was just kept saying, "No, my jaw's broken," and then he said, "No, you're all right." There was blood coming out of my mouth, and you know, I just feared the worst. So we went to hospital, and they x-rayed it and told me that my jaw had been broken, and that they were going to keep me in overnight and set my jaw in the morning.
And how delicate a process was it to get it properly correct again, because you had wires and all that sort of thing? How delicate was the healing situation?
It was very delicate. I was in intensive care after they'd done the operation, because I had to have my teeth wired together, which I couldn't really breathe properly to start off with, so they had to put me in intensive care for 24 hours just to keep an eye on me.
Any worries when you came back into the team about your first heading and your first body contact?
Oh yes, obviously. On the morning of the Barnsley game, things were crossing my mind. You know, the first header, the first challenge, you know, the first 50-50. And actually in the game, there was a 50-50 with Brendan O'Connor, which sticks in my mind. He sort of like stopped and I stopped, and the ball just bounced in between. So whether we both kept going. But I know Brendan from when I was at Exeter. He was there when I was an apprentice, so I don't think he would have clattered me then. But yeah, after getting the first game under your belt, it was a lot easier.
Have those fears gone now?
They still cross my mind when I go in for challenges, but not so bad. My jaw won't be fully mended till October, which the start of next season, it's gonna still be in my mind that it could go any time. But I'll put it behind me now.
Now the high points, the match-winning goal against Oldham, well taken and well celebrated.
Yes, it was my second game back, and it was nice to score the winner. We needed it at the time, just to give ourselves a little bit of a chance of trying to stay up, but things haven't worked out, and we've been relegated, so we've got to look forward to next season and try and keep the squad together and hopefully get automatic promotion next season.
Now, looking at the goal against Oldham, people tell me that you're not the most prolific, but in that situation, your striking instincts didn't let you down.
What striking instincts? All I wanted to do was keep it out of Rose Ed, really. I just thought about keeping it hard and low, and luckily it went in the corner.
Just a last word about looking ahead to next season in Division 2. How big a blow is it that you drop into that level of football? You've come from one of the biggest football clubs in the world, Glasgow Rangers, with a chance of Europe. So how big a blow on a personal front is it that you've got to go down a division to hopefully come back again?
It isn't much of a blow, because I've seen both sides of the coin, really. I've been down in the 4th division with Exeter City, and then I've been in the Premier Division with Rangers. So being in between isn't gonna make any difference. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next season. I think all the lads are, really, just to get back to winning ways and hopefully get promotion.
Wayne, how big a season has it been on a personal front? Obviously, a couple of years ago you were unknown, but you've come from Welsh non-league football and have now established yourself as a first division goalkeeper in England.
Yeah, Pete, it's a big step for me. It's been a whole new experience getting in the first team squads with the lads, having the crack with the first team. It's been fantastic.
Now, you came into football and got your initiation in rather unusual circumstances at Oldham, coming on as a sub-goalkeeper when Mullen was sent off. Was that a strange experience?
It all happened so quickly, it was unbelievable. We'd only played about 15 minutes and Mullen comes rushing out of the area and brings the guy down, and then all of a sudden I'm on in Lancashire derby. It was a frightening experience, really, but I think I coped okay. Wouldn't have liked to let the 3 goals in, but at the end of the day, it's all experience for me at the moment.
What was it like when, at the start of the season, you were preparing as a sub-goalkeeper? Did you ever feel that you would come on? I mean, what's it like when you're preparing during the week, not really expecting to play, because more often than not you don't, as a reserve goalkeeper?
It is hard. It's hard to get focused on the game, on the preparations, because the main thing is for Marlon to be warmed up and to get his mind right. So it's hard for me just watching the game, and then all of a sudden you could be called upon and you've got to get clued in straight away. But that's what I'm there for, so you've got to do it, really.
Now, looking at perhaps the highlight, was that keeping Ian Rush quiet in the FA Cup 4th round tie at Turf Moor?
Yeah, definitely. On the season overall, to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, like they're one of the best sides in the country. And from a kid I supported Liverpool, so for me that's a major plus for the season.
I think as well a lot of the national newspapers had been making a lot of this Welsh battle with you coming from non-league football, and there you were up against one of your boyhood heroes who was on the verge of breaking Dennis Law's FA Cup record. So how satisfying was it that he never scored that goal against you?
Very satisfying. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that to be over my head. He's a great player, but to keep him out is fantastic. It says a lot for the lads and the way they battled for the 90 minutes.
Chris, I'm sure the highlight of your season would have been the game against Millwall when you made your full league debut.
Yeah, it was quite good to go to Torquay, on loan, and then had my debut there. But the game against Millwall, which was maybe full debut for Burnley, to be honest, that is the highlight of my season and give me a little taste, hopefully for next season, to progress from there.
Did the spell at Torquay prepare you fully for your league debut with Burnley?
It did, in the terms of you're involved in the dressing room. I know I was substitute before, which did help as well. You're used to the full banter and all the managers going on and whatnot, and it relaxes you. You're not so nervous as you possibly will be just to get chucked in at the deep end, and you can hopefully go out and enjoy it. I started well, and that I must admit that did settle my nerves, and the crowd sort of settled you as well, the way they applauded and whatnot. It helped me settle down quite early.
Now, looking at your spell at Torquay, did you find it something of a footballing outpost? Because you come from the northeast, a fanatical footballing area, but down in Devon, football's not so high on the list of priorities.
No, it was a nice little club, but obviously they've got the rugby and whatnot, which they do enjoy. And coming from the northeast, which is just totally football mad, I mean, it was quite different. There was a minority who did enjoy it, and it was quite nice. But like you say, it's nothing as passionate as what it is in the northeast or northwest for that, as I'm sure you've all seen.
What about your debut against Millwall then? You played at left full back, where you tend to prefer playing on the right side. So how did you feel you acquitted yourself on the opposite side of the defence where you normally prefer to play?
Well, it was just because of the position that we were in that I did have to fill in at left back. I did feel quite comfortable there, although obviously you prefer to be on your natural side. But as long as you helped out, like I said, David Eyres did help me out. And there shouldn't really be a problem to adapt. Just basically, as long as you looked after, you can fit in there.
Well, Jeremy, after the match against Portsmouth, did you sit down and think to yourself, somebody up there doesn't like me very much?
Yeah, I certainly did. I just couldn't believe it, 2 relegations in 2 seasons. And then with me getting sent off, I just thought, well, like I said on the day, it's one of the worst days of my footballing career.
And the decision to send you off, it was a little bit hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, especially now Clive's told me I think I've got 4 matches for that tackle, which when I see some of the things what goes on the television, I just can't believe it. So, you know, it's going to be a long, hard summer for me.
Which means as well, you'll work very, very hard in pre-season and then have to sit out the opening 3 games of next year.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had to do that before. I've never missed the start of a season, so I'm going to be very disappointed.
What about the new directives then? Because once of a day, not so long ago, you'd look at 5 bookings and think it was a dirty game, but these days, 5 bookings is standard practice.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish they'd be more consistent, that's the thing. I mean, if everybody got booked for the tackles and things like that, it'd be all right, but you see players get away with things, other referees have got the books out, others play on. I mean, if they're going to have the rules, they've got to stick to them, and, you know, then the players know where they are.
Now, being a professional player is an enviable job. Millions of us envy what you do for a living, but how hard has it been on the personal front to come to terms with 2 back-to-back relegations?
Very hard. I mean, it's a mental thing. I mean, I must admit, last season it hit me hard at Sheffield United because we thought we were safe there until 30 seconds to go, and I just couldn't believe it there. This season, obviously, we've been at the bottom all the time, more or less, and it's been coming really, but you still think you can get out of it, and so now you've got all summer as a relegated player, and you just can't wait really for next season to get going, and then everything's, you know, everybody's level, and you've got a chance of coming back.
Paul, how beneficial do you feel your loan spell at Turf Moor has been on a personal front?
Oh, I've needed it badly, and it's been a great experience. I mean, I've played reserve football for 2 or 3 years now, and I needed something. I needed to go on loan somewhere, get first team football, and it's been a great help to me, yeah.
It looked as though your goals might be helping Burnley climb away from the relegation zone, but ultimately it wasn't to be.
No, that was obviously the most disappointing part of coming here, the fact that we've gone down. First 2 games, obviously, yeah, it did look very good, and we were winning games, but we still gave away silly goals and really lost games where we should have won, and obviously that paid the penalty then.
Now, you fit into the team very, very quickly indeed. Were you surprised as to how easily you adapted to life at Turf Moor?
Yeah, I was, because obviously you come into a new place, you don't know any of the lads, and obviously it's virtually the other side of the country for me, and I didn't think that I'd fit in as quickly as I did, but obviously all the lads made me feel really welcome, and that was what helped more than anything. I think that they made me feel welcome and made me feel part of the team straight away.
Now, 4 consecutive goals in 4 consecutive home matches. That was quite an achievement. In fact, the club historians were looking through the books on that particular fate.
Yeah, I saw it in the programme. I didn't obviously know anything about that. Didn't even enter my head that I got some sort of record or anything like that. But yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, obviously, well pleased with that, because obviously it's never been done before, and pleased with that, yeah.
And it means that you've etched an indelible mark into the club folklore as well.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I didn't know anything about that, but it was great. I mean, I loved it.
Favourite goal amongst the collection?
I think the first one, the game against Vale. Obviously I got the chance for a bad goal kick, but yeah, I was pleased with the way I took it, and that was probably my favourite goal, yeah.
Do you like to think that this spell at Turf Moor has been a springboard for better things to come in the future for you?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, you don't know what will happen when I go back to Arsenal. You don't know if I'll go back and play reserve team football or not. But I know I've benefited. Whatever happens now, I've benefited from coming here, and it's been a great help. So hopefully I can go on, yeah, to better things now.
What's it been like as a reserve player at Harbury? You had a chance on the subs bench against Nottingham Forest earlier in the season. Did you think that might be the start of something, or was it basically just a ploy to try and keep you happy as a reserve player?
You don't know really. I mean, there was a few injuries that day, so I think that was the main reason why I got my chance. I only got on for 5 minutes anyway, so I wasn't really surprised when I just went straight back in reserves and never got another chance. Obviously, there's so many players at Arsenal, so many top quality players, that it is very hard to break through it. I'm disappointed that I haven't got a chance before, but that's the way it goes when you're at a big club.
Well, that's it for now on the Clarets video, and the message from Turf Moor is that Burnley will be back. Make sure that you're back with us for the part 1 video of 1995-96, available at Christmas, and expect Burnley to be knocking on the door for an automatic return to Division 1.